What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G, the Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. So, welcome back, and we are here for another Tabletop Takeout Tuesday, my friends. And I got a game that I've played a couple of times, and just this past weekend I had a run with T-Bone, and me and Anthony played this again and again and again at the end of our game night. You know, we thought it was going to be a quick little game. We play it, close the night out, and next thing we know, we're games into this. So I thought I definitely wanted to talk about it. So, yeah, let's see what I got to say about Dice and Dragons. I'll see you down at the table. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for meeting me down here at the table so I can tell you about a game. Now, I haven't mentioned this in a little bit of a while, but I thought maybe I should since I haven't said it in the past several drops. But this is not actually a review. That's not what I'm doing with Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. This is just me telling my friends about a game that I really, really like, and with things that I think to be said about the game to convince my friends, you guys and gals, that this game should hit the table and that you should try it. That's pretty much what Tabletop Takeout is about. So the game, like I mentioned, me and Anthony couldn't stop playing this at the end of the night. Mainly it was because we were chasing, as the old phrase goes, we were chasing the dragon, and in this case the dragon was victory. We lost. We kept playing until we actually won, and it was fun, it was great, and that is why we kept playing. In this game, Dice and Dragons, right? And this is D&D. Technically it is D&D, but copyright-wise it's not D&D. But this D&D, Dice and Dragons, is by Golden Egg Games, and it's good for 1 to 5 players, for ages 8 and up, and it should run you in about 15 minutes. If you're going to do the campaign, it's going to be longer. But each specific fight can go anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. I'm saying 15. Boom! Cutting it right down the middle for you. This is a dice set collection game. I've been talking about them actually a lot because there seems to be a lot of them hit the market in the last year and a half, 2 years. I don't mind that. I like this system of that gaming style. The Yahtzee style meets the collection style in dice form. And like I always say, if it's got chucking dice involved, I'm going to be trying that game out. And this is a game that I ended up enjoying. And Anthony ended up enjoying. Now I want to get the whole gang in. I want to get a full 5-player game in on this. Since I'm well versed enough of it, and so is Anthony. To be honest, another good reason that you might like this game is it's going to take you about 5 minutes to get, a full understanding of the game. That's it. Yeah, you can pick this game up fast. It's like the other classic D&D in the sense that you're going to be picking character classes. There's, let's see if I remember correctly, there's a ranger, a rogue, a wizard, a warrior, and a ranger. I think that's it. I think those are the 5 in there. So it falls into one of those categories that kind of irks me a little bit, to be honest with you, because some of my regular friends, you may have heard me mention this before, and I'm not going to let it slide on this one. And that's the fact that I always like it, and I think today's gaming needs it. And I've always liked it when a game has more character options than the maximum number of players for the game. It helps with replayability, and it helps you have more fun trying different styles, because each of these new characters are going to bring something different to the table. But with that being said, this game was really, really fun. So each class has its own special sheet with listings of attacks on it. Very MMO style. If you're familiar with those video games, then you're going to be totally at home with this dice set collection game, because that's what it mimics. The RPG feel of it does seem to come directly from a video game RPG, that was completely inspired by a tabletop. It's as if there was a tabletop game, Dice and Dragons, that made an MMO, and then this was the game based on the MMO. It sounds a little convoluted, but that's the kind of feel that I get from it. And that's neither good nor bad, it's just descriptive. So don't take it either way. So each class has its own symbol that's predominant for the dice that you need to get in certain collections to get off these special abilities on each of the classes. While you're rolling these dice, it's really fun because you get to re-roll all the dice. And I had to reread this because when I first played the game, I thought the dragon head had to stay out. It was forced to stay out. You didn't get a chance to re-roll it, but you do. You do. You get 3 rolls, and the 2 re-rolls that you get, you can re-roll the dragon. So at first I was thinking, well, this is going to be easy. Why am I ever going to get a dragon? After each player goes, any dragon dice that remain is the dragon's retaliation against that particular player. And on top of that, after all the players go, the dragon gets to go. He has a rage fury, and he just lashes out at everyone in the party. Everyone in the party is going to get hit or not hit. Damage accumulates pretty darn fast on you, let me tell you that. Even if you're playing a solo game, you have to use multiple characters. You have to use at least 3 characters, and trust me, you're going to want one of them to be the cleric. And you're going to have to rely on him, just like in a video game, more so than in tabletop RPGs. But just like in a video game, you're going to save him to try to do most of the healing and the protection, blessings and stuff that he can do. He has a few attacks. And this is the thing. Remember I said it was like an MMO? Well, all of your attacks have a cooldown. So after you use the attack, you have these four tokens, look like banners, with a little ball of your symbol right in the middle of it. You have 4 of them. And when you use one of your abilities, you cover it up, and you can't use that ability again until you've used 4 abilities. Then you wipe them off of the sheet, and you get to start afresh. So that's a cool little mechanism, because it makes you think a little bit about what you're doing and what you want to do and what you want to try to manipulate the dice to do, or at least as much as, luck is really manipulating the dice, let's be fair. But it does kind of feel like you are the one doing something. Which brings us to another thing with the game that you're going to have to keep in mind. There's very little strategy, really, to the game other than, bear with me, other than to re-roll or not to re-roll. But sometimes it's not dependent on strategy, because sometimes you just have no choice. Sometimes you either have absolutely nothing, or you have something that you've already used that hasn't cooled down yet, so you have to re-roll. So it's not very strategic, but yet the game is fun as heck. Like I said, we couldn't stop playing it, and we're looking forward to playing it again with more people. I said with full 5, I want to try it with 4, I want to try it with 3, and see how it works. I had horrible luck soloing using 3 characters, but it's different with 3 players using a character each than 1 person using 3, because you have 3 different mindsets coming in. But it's a good game. Yeah, I definitely want my friends out there to know about this. So Dice and Dragons by Golden Egg Games. It's going to be a quick play, unless you're doing the campaign, then it's just going to stack on top of each other. But each game should be, like I said, anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes. At least after your first game, when you get to know what you're doing, and that's all it's going to take, is 1 game for you to know what you're doing in this. Trust me on that. All right, so thank you everyone for listening to my ramblings on about this. And of course, thank you for checking us out on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And my friends, the biggest thank you is right here on YouTube. So thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. Thank you for commenting, for liking, and most of all, thank you for sharing these videos. Getting word out about Two Gun Pixie is the biggest thank you that you can really give us. If you like this video, if you enjoy watching us, if you want to go regular friends, please continue sharing our videos, because that's like a birthday present every time. Every time, that's like a birthday present. So thank you, my friends. I'm your buddy Big John G. The Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here.